everyone, welcome or welcome back to another video lesson. Today we will be reading the poem called The Shed. Kung kamsa nabalinga changmalo ni tharing ansu ki nyanga the shed la the loyi ani changma lele zero nouns. Now before we read the poem, let us read the paragraph given here. Do you know what a shed is? A cow shed, a tool shed, a wood shed, for example. So do you know what a shed is? If you don't, then a shed is a small room away from the main house, and it is used to store or keep things, animals, tools, vehicles, etc. So what is a shed? A shed is a small room and it is away from the main house. So do we live in the shed? No. Okay, we use it for storing or keeping other things like animals, tools, things, vehicles. Okay, we don't live in shed, and it is usually away from the main house, so it is not attached. So here you see a picture of shed from class 7 English textbook, and you see there is a small room here. This is not really a house. This is not the main house where people live. And what's the condition of the house? Okay, is it good? No, it's not good. We can see it from the given picture here that there are cracks here, and there are cracks in the window pane as well. So that's the window pane and there are cracks. Okay, let's read the poem now. There is a shed at the bottom of our garden with a spider's web hanging across the door. The hinges are rusty and creak in the wind. When I am in bed, I lie and I listen. I'll open that door one day. So the words are quite clear here. The poet is talking about a shed which is at the bottom of his garden, right? And right at the door of that shed, there is a spider web which is hanging across it. The hinges is a tool which helps the door to pivot. Okay, pivot means to turn easily. The tools are rusty of that door, and it produces a creak sound. Creak, okay, sound in the wind or when the wind blows. When I'm in the bed, I lie and I listen. Pretty simple. The poet lie and listen, and he says that he'll open that door one day. So this is what a hinge looks like. It's a tool which helps the door to turn, to open and to close. There is a dusty old window around at the side with 3 cracked panes of glass. I often think there is someone staring at me each time that I pass. I'll peep through the window one day. So here, now the poet talks about the window, which is old and dusty, full of dust, which is at the side, and with 3 cracked panes of glasses. So panes of glasses means sheet of glass, okay, and each glass, 3 glasses are cracked. The poet often thinks whenever he passed through the shed that there is someone who's staring at him, who's looking fixedly at the poet. I'll peep through. However, the poet says that he will peep through that window one day. So for better clarification, I've just used this picture. You see that the man is removing the pane of the window. So it's like 1 pane here, 2, 3, and then other panes there as well. My brother says there is a ghost in the shed who hides under the rotten floorboards, and if I ever dare to set foot inside, he'll jump out and chop off my head, but I'll take a peek one day. Now the poet remember what his brother says. Okay, his brother says that inside the shed there is a ghost who hides himself under the floorboard which is rotten. Rotten is the past tense of rot. Okay, floorboard and if I ever dare to set foot inside there, he'll jump out. So who's he here? The ghost will jump out from the dark, and then darkness, and then he'll chop off his head. Chop off means remove, right? He will cut his head off from his body, okay? But however, the poet says that he will take a peek, he'll take a look, a glance one day. Why? Because I know that there isn't really a ghost. My brother tells lies to keep the shed for his den. There isn't anyone staring or making strange noises, and the spider has been gone from his web since I don't know when. I'll just go into that shed one day soon, but not just yet. So here as well, you see that the poet doesn't really believe there is a ghost inside that shed, as he knows that his brother usually tells lie. Okay, he tells lies. Why? To keep the shed for his den. A den is like a cave where animals live, like lions' den. Okay, it's like a hiding place. So brother used to live inside that. He used to spend his time in the shed. So for that purpose, he's scaring his little brother to stay away from it and creating a new story of a ghost. And he's saying that there isn't anyone staring from the shed and making strange noises, and as well the spider which has its web across the door has gone, okay, from his web. Is the house of the spider. Since I don't know when, I'll go into the shed one day soon. Okay, so he promises that the poet will go inside the shed one day soon, but not just yet. So has the poet ever gone inside the shed or set his foot in the shed? No, because the last line clearly states that he has not just prepared to move into the shed. By Frank Flynn. Frank Flynn is the poet here. So we have some questions here. Okay, I'll just read the question first. Who is the speaker in the poem? So who's the speaker? The speaker means the one who is saying all the things, right? The one who says that I'll go and take a peep through the window, right? So who is that person who is saying all the words in the poem? Is she or he afraid or curious? Okay, curious means when you want to know something and you will do things to know that. Or is he afraid? Okay, when he talks about the shed. What is he or she planning to do soon? Okay, so in each of these stanza, at the very end or the second last line, the poet says about his plan. But not just yet. So at the very end of the poem, the last line says, but not just yet. So what does it suggest? Does it suggest doubt, fear, hesitation, laziness, or something else? Now choose a word, okay? You can choose a word which seems right to you to describe this phrase, and you don't have to tell others, okay? You can just think of it and write the answer, okay? Answer to all these questions, and then you can share it with me, all right, through WhatsApp or in any other through any other medium. Okay, so that's it for now. And we have Frank Flynn here. It's a picture of him when he was young. Okay, he's no more alive, and I just used this picture to show you that when he was a kid, he's really curious and afraid of the shed. Okay, because of so many reasons which are mentioned in the poem. Okay, so with that we are done. I hope all of you have understood something. Okay, in case there's any question or doubt, feel free to leave a message to clarify your doubts. Thank you all.